we are back.
All right, and we may have been out for a little bit. We very much apologize for that, but we are now back.
And it is the second quarter. Casa leads by 17 still. But it is still, anything can happen. Trojans are playing times now.
George is clocked in. Replacing Kenny Alexander.
Thank you. Yeah. So Clark will be at the free throw line. He scores 5. Another point, I should say, not 5. You can't hear me?
It is unfortunate that 2/3 of the Trojans' 6 points have come from the free throw line.
Did it get unplugged somehow?
Only one really successful offensive campaign thus far.
All right,
and the Gauchos are fouled again.
Ivan Cortez will take the foul, and that is the 3rd foul for Petaluma.
Thank you so much for coming back if you're just now rejoining us. This is Aiden Cannon here with
Peter Canale.
And if you're just joining us, as you may be, it's not looking good for the Trojans.
It is not.
The score is currently 22-6, Casa's lead.
The Trojans are looking better, though. It looked like that break did help them. Cortez coming in for the layup, and he makes it. Much needed points for the Trojans here.
Casa coming back across the floor with fire, though.
And Cortez is knocked to the ground, but the Gauchos still get the point.
Amazing play by Teo Logan.
And looks like Tyo Logan will be fouled, and the Trojans and
oh,
the
I'm
Gauchos.
sorry, that was a foul. My apologies.
No, yeah, Tygo. That is.
I thought we had fouled
them. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Tyo Logan will be fouled there, and Gauchos won't get any more points. The Trojans now only trail by 14 points.
Only 14.
Only 4. You know, it's better than 18 at the first.
Is it sad to say that that's an improvement?
No. I'd say, well, yes, but no.
I mean, it is sad to say, but the Trojans have scored more points in the last couple minutes than they have all game.
All in the first quarter, I feel it, yeah. They only scored 3
They've already
points.
matched their first quarter total of 4 points. So if they continue on this trend,
who knows?
Who knows?
Amazing
Think like
things
an
could
economist.
happen.
That's what Mr. Street tells us. Could be an exponential. There's math here. You can figure it out.
Right. Cortez is looking for the shot, but he misses.
Trojans could not get the rebound.
And looking out here, George Tynes blocking the shot and forcing the Gauchos to throw it out of bounds. Good play by him.
Fancy play by Casa does not net them the basket, unfortunately.
Not always, no. And Tynes, great defensive play by him. He's been a valuable asset for the Trojans.
Absolutely,
this
fantastic
senior.
defense.
Yeah, good senior. We're going to have Mr. Sturrett's Gatorade with us now.
We are not sponsored by Gatorade.
We are not, though we would like to be.
Yes, Gatorade, if you're watching, we would love your sponsorship.
We would indeed.
A little bit of a kerfuffle next to the bounds.
Casa seeming a little off their game right here. I don't know, Aiden. And as the teams switch out, 4 minutes and 44 seconds here in the gym. The Petaluma Trojans still trail by 14.
Trojans looking for any type of offensive momentum.
Right. And now this be knocked out of Cortez's hands by Tony Sabella.
Cortez now goes to the free throw.
Free throw.
Free throw.
Free
not
throw
free
line.
throw.
No, I say that so
Free
much.
throw
I
line.
understand.
Yeah. Bit of a tongue twister. Try saying that 5 times fast. Free throw, free throw, free throw, free throw. Okay, it's not that hard.
It's not that bad, no.
Yeah. An unfortunate miss by Cortez.
That's all right, though. The Trojans.
Cortez, a dual sport athlete. Also a member of varsity football.
And only a sophomore, too. That's fairly impressive.
Valuable
for him.
asset to the team going forward.
Yeah, for sure. Look out for him these next coming years if you're sticking with us.
Yeah, we got a lot of seniors on this team.
A lot of good sophomores, a lot of great sophomores.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have, Perez and Bermudez being the stars. But Cortez has shown his prowess, too, and has been vital in these Castle games. Kenny Alexander trips the player and looks like he'll be fouled. But also we have, who else? Julian Guerin. He's a sophomore, really tall guy, super tall. We haven't
Very
seen him
tall.
starting much.
You guys should see him in person.
He stands at 6'5", 180 pounds. He is a very good defensive player, but hasn't been starting for the Trojans recently.
Kenny once again goes to the free throw line. Unfortunately, can't sink that one.
No. And it's been kind of a stalemate this last minute, hasn't it, Aiden? No one scored.
Yeah. Trojans defense definitely increased.
Oh, that's brutal.
Commentators curse.
Yeah, the Trojans really do need to work on the rebound game here.
Yeah.
We saw it last game, and it ultimately led to their 20-point demise. But
I think that is the thing to be improved on the most.
for sure, I'm sure Scott Bears, head coach, had him working on it for a very long time these past couple of days.
I just made awkwardly long eye contact with a guy. I'm sorry. I hope if you come back and watch this, that was not intentional. My bad.
Number 24 for Casa Grande, Garrett Seibels. That's his 7th
The
point of the
Gaucho
night.
lead is the largest it's been the entire game. Almost 20 points.
Oh, yeah, and the Trojans just can't make anything work right now. This is pretty brutal. If you're the Gauchos right now, you must be thrilled, and the Trojans, they're supporting them. The student section supporting them as much as they can, but there's just
Robbie
not enough.
Izetta takes a shot.
Izetta for the 3, and that's what we like to see by the Trojans' top three-point shooter.
3-point shooter. There we go. That's also the first 3-pointer for the Trojans of the night.
Surprisingly, too, they are a strong 3-point team.
Yeah. Well, let's hope they can get a few more if they want to make up this deficit.
Ivan Cortez will be fouled here. Trojan ball.
Into Kenny.
And it looks like Sam Brown for an offsides call, I think that is.
Unfortunate, they can't afford to give up stuff like that, especially with this big deficit.
That is for sure. And if any of our 9 viewers would like to leave a comment or something for us to say, please do so, and we'd be happy to answer them.
Julian Duran checks in. Or Garahan, if I'm mispronouncing that. My apologies. Great defensive player for the team.
For sure. Oh, and Julian will help. Oh, what a turn of events.
What a
Izetta
play.
ball. That's exciting. But the number 22 there will take it away from Kevin Cato will take it away from the Trojans, but it won't be enough.
I don't know. Peter, the most entertainment I've gotten tonight is people not understanding how a camera works.
That's for sure. You see that a lot. They just really duck while walking by. It's on us, not
the
them.
camera's pointed at us. It's not pointed at you. Don't worry.
An unfortunate miss by Julian there. Sorry, Garahan. Garahan hasn't seen much play recently, but he is a good player for sure. Oh, and it'll be dunked by Garrett Steebles. No.
Steebles. The lead is unfortunately now at 20 points.
Wow, this is brutal. Here at halftime, we're going to talk about what the Trojans can do.
Play better.
Unfortunately,
the lead now at 21 points.
George Tynes will be back in for Petaluma.
George Tynes now with the ball. And unfortunately, it's led to an unfortunate turnover. I cannot pronounce words tonight.
And Noah Bally, he has been very good for the Casa tonight, scoring a lot of points for them. And Bermudez, let's go flying over Armando Chavez there. Yeah?
Charging foul, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a charge. He definitely charged there.
Yeah. That was unfortunate. Looking for a little bit of a spark in the Trojan offense.
And Brown
nice rebound
with a rebound. Good hit. Good job by him.
Brown.
Sam Brown, fellow Ginger. I like him.
Fellow Ginger. Sam Brown with the ball again. Takes a shot.
Brown has just been. What good play by him. Rebound into the 2-pointer.
The lead now back to 19. Quick maths. 32 minus 13.
Yeah, that's it's something. Not much, but
keep it under 20.
The Gauchos have really been dominant this whole game, and they're just gonna run the clock.
And you know what? The sad thing is, it hasn't been that their defense has been fantastic. It's that the Trojans have taken poor shots.
They have, and they really. Scott Bears will definitely give a rough talk in the locker room here at halftime, and like that, the Gauchos are looking so pumped right now. I would, if you are leading by this much in the Egg Bowl, but. We still have a whole other half to go, Aiden.
Yeah.
I don't know what could happen.
Not looking good.
No, sir.
Hopefully they're able to turn it around at least a little bit, show up. But I'm worried that the game is too far out of their reach. Currently a 21-point lead. Rough. We're now going to have our wonderful cheerleaders perform. I did not know that they would be here tonight, but that's fantastic.
Can you go to the field? Cheerleaders.
In other news, someone just figured out how the camera works, so I'm very happy. I believe that was Kiera of Larity, who just figured out that the camera is not pointing it outwards, so kudos to you. Not everyone has figured that out. And now we bring you the halftime show by our wonderful Petaluma High School cheerleaders. Another great showing by our Petaluma High School cheerleaders, who always do a great job.
Always do a great job, yeah. And now, Aiden, let's talk about how the game has gone, because if you are Petaluma,
if you're just joining us,
it's a rough one.
You can
take a look at that scoreboard on the top left of your screen.
Not good.
It's not pretty, no.
Not looking well, but not looking good. Woo, not looking well.
No,
Grammar's
sir.
breaking down. But yeah, it's been rough for the Trojans, and it's been rough being a Trojan fan.
For sure, but
currently a 21-point lead in Casa's favor, and it could be going better.
It could be going better, but it's not.
No.
So the Trojans,
it is not.
I think they really, I'm not sure you can tell me what you think of this, but I think the Trojans really need to put this first half behind them.
Absolutely,
and really
you need
focus
to completely forget it ever happened
on playing their best game on the second, because they're going to really have to pull one out of the bag here if they even want to have a shot at getting back into this game.
And I think that they can absolutely do it. Their offense is fine. They just need to take smarter shots. Defense could be doing better, but Casa's defense, I don't know. It's fine. It's just they're taking advantage of the Trojans not taking smart shots.
Right, totally. I definitely feel that.
Sharpen up on defense and we can have a game.
Yeah.
We thank you as always for joining us.
Thank you.
On this wonderful 11th of January. I would like to give a personal shout out to a friend of mine, Bella Hawkins. I don't know if you're watching, but happy birthday. We always appreciate Trojans, even former Trojans. So thank you so much for coming into my life and being a nice person.
You know, today's actually my dad's birthday,
Oh,
too,
no
so I
way.
want to wish him a happy birthday, too.
Happy
Thank
birthday
you
to
for,
Peter Tonali's dad, yeah.
bringing me into this world so I can give you guys this sports presentation tonight.
Yeah. What?
What?
I didn't hear that last part. We'd also like to extend a firm appreciation to all the wonderful people here at Petaluma High for this wonderful banner. This is very brand new.
Very nice, too.
This is my first night using it, and it ups our professionalism a little bit.
Definitely, yeah. The other one was a pain to set up, too.
Yeah.
So this is a very nice thing to have.
Yes. We appreciate it always. It makes us look more professional and makes our production look a lot better, and I don't know. It's just nice to have around. It's good looking.
Is. It brings me happiness.
Yes. Yes.
And for all you Griffin Epstein fans who are wondering where he is.
He will be here soon.
He will be here.
Yeah. And awesome. That was just a quick word from our tech extraordinaire, Jamie Cantieri.
Yeah, great job by her. Thank you for coming out tonight.
Thank you so much. And we'd like to thank Napua Lavilla for doing a fantastic job. She's our camera woman, covering all the on-the-floor action. We were a bit worried before the stream went live because we were having trouble with our third camera. We thought we were going to have to do it with two cameras, but it all worked out, luckily.
Yeah. And yeah, this has been quite the game, hasn't it? Wow. I mean, pretty brutal to watch. Props to the student section for staying through all this.
Yes, the student section has been doing a fantastic job keeping up the energy, keeping us energized.
Yeah.
Keeping the hope alive, as it were. Yeah.
And that's what you need right now, to keep the hope alive, because if that fire, if that fire goes out, there is nothing left.
There's nothing that can bring us back. Great. I really hope that the Trojans are able to adapt to playing from behind with such a lead that they need to cut down on this massive Casa lead. That I know from personal experience that playing behind this much, it can really do in your mental fortitude. So
right.
Yeah. And we now only have less than 3.5 minutes until the wonderful action resumes. Hoping that our wonderful Petaluma High Trojans can adjust and play better.
Hopefully. Woo. And also
I don't know about you, but I've completely lost my voice.
Oh yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm coughing.
Yeah.
My voice wasn't doing so beforehand, and it's just getting worse.
My lungs hurt, and we're not even playing well.
No.
I'm not even cheering.
I would be more than happy to lose my voice tonight though if the Trojans are able to pull out a win somehow though.
Oh. Could be the comeback of the year.
It would be that would be the headline.
Yes.
The headline of the year, easily. And January hasn't even ended yet.
Both the Trojan Tribune and Trojan Live would have a lot to report on. Now less than 2.5 minutes until the Trojan Live can bring you the second half of the wonderful Petaluma High School versus Casa Grande Gaucho Egg Bowl.
And also, if you're Griffin Epstein is right now filming the girls soccer egg ball, and that is a game that I think will be on our YouTube channel, but that is going to be the game of the century.
Yes.
Is I think as Griffin put it, because these are the two best teams in league. Petaluma is number one. They have had an amazing season.
In girls soccer.
In girls soccer, yes. Blowing out every team they've came across easily. Only 2 ties in the whole season, 1 in league. And it has been great for them. But Casa is close second. Another great team. And hopefully Petaluma can get any win against Casa, because with the football game, I believe we've only won in girls golf against Casa Egg Bowls. So
Casa Athletics, obviously nothing to sneeze at.
No.
Now with their 21-point lead over the Trojans. Very unfortunate. Less than a minute and a half until we can bring you the second half. I'm going to check in with Griffin, see how he's doing.
Right, yeah. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please feel free to put them in the chat and we will respond to them. We also like to thank our viewers right before the third and fourth quarter begin for tuning in and checking out our YouTube channel. We really appreciate it.
All right. Mere moments away from the start of the second half. Hoping the Trojans can turn it around.
We really are.
As the spectators come back in. Are they selling food here?
They are selling food here. Yeah, it looks like pizza, popcorn, nachos.
Famished, but I'll get something when I get home. Oh, I should have brought my pizza. See, now I'm mad. Come on.
Got even more mad.
All right, now I'm hangry.
All right.
And we're back to the game, back to the action. Very excited to be bringing you the second half.
Yeah.
Just wish we were under better circumstances.
We all do, don't we?
Yeah.
Be tuned for Griffin Epstein shortly as the girls' soccer game is wrapping up. We will have the scores on that for you. Oh, number 25 for Casa.
A rare miss from Casa.
Scott Nave, yeah.
Unfortunately put back in.
Like Petaluma, we were saying that rebound game, they needed to get on it.
Oh, almost a swift answer.
Oh, but Clark holding on, but it's not enough. He is pulled down by Scott Nave again.
We have now reached 19 viewers. If you're just joining us, no bueno.
No bueno indeed.
Currently a 23-point lead for Casa. Petaluma looking for any momentum whatsoever. Any points whatsoever. Ooh.
Clark, Alexander using his physical prowess there to get some much needed points for the Trojans.
The Trojans unfortunately not able to keep the points. Ari, how you doing? Friend of the show, Ari Smith.
Casa again with the ball here.
It back to the other side of the floor.
And Trojans,
and two
just,
more
they just
for Casa.
let Noah Bailey get in there, man.
Now a 25-point lead.
Escorting him to the hoop. Brown has been on fire tonight, and we saw it again.
Sam Brown with the three-pointer.
He has been the Trojans' leading scorer tonight with 8 points.
With more than 1 point.
More than 1 point. Something pretty good for the Trojans tonight.
Yes.
People like Bermudez and Izetta have been the Trojans normally lead scorers have been relatively quiet tonight.
Yes, very unfortunate. I wonder if that's leading to their contributing to their poor play at the moment.
I think so, maybe. Oh, and it's tipped by Izetta. And it will be called
an unfortunate call.
I don't know what that call means, but it's not good.
Sorry, an unfortunate break for the Trojans.
Got some waves coming out from the Gaucho student section. And the shot clock will expire on the Gauchos.
And the Trojans get the ball back.
They need all possessions they can get right now if they want to even, get within a 20-point lead. I mean, a 20-point difference.
And any semblance of control.
Ooh, and that looks like Izetta will just trample over another number 3 player, Noah Bailey, who has done very well in this third quarter. Can't really see what's going on right here, but looks like it's Gaucho ball.
Scuffle for the ball. Bermudez with the ball. Passes to Izetta.
Oh, but that's not enough.
I believe it's fouled.
So as the Trojans just continue to miss shots here, Aiden, Griffin and I have been having a debate recently on live streams about whether the triangle or the cowbell is a better instrument. I think it's a triangle, and I just want to hear your opinion.
I'm sorry, I have to go with the cowbell.
Really?
Yes.
Griffin will be happy to hear that, but I am not. Tell us why.
Yeah. I think the triangle sound is too piercing. The cowbell has a nice, it's got an interesting dull sound to it. If you can.
See, I'm going to counter argument and say the cowbell is just a big clunky, and number 15, Radshin Nixon shoots it in for Gauchos. I think the cowbell is a big clunky instrument, while the triangle is nice and refined. But let's go back to the game here. Brown with the ball. He has been the Trojans' lead scorer tonight, but it's ripped from his hands, but he's able to get it.
Only 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Tynes need to do something right here. He goes in, and it finally sinks in. Trojans almost.
The lead back to only 21.
Only 21. I bet that's relieving for the Trojans.
Casa moving the ball well. Oh, nice interception by Bermudez.
Read by Bermudez there. Good job by him.
Izetta takes a shot.
Izetta for the 3. Oh, what a bounce off. But Sam
with
with the rebound. Oh, but number 15. Radchin Nixon intercepts the ball.
Costa's had all the answers tonight.
They have, and Petaluma has been able to have the answers back. And interesting pass there by Kevin Cadle, and Clark just gets the layup. Trojans are finally...
The lead is now under 20.
Under 20. That's the new for the Trojans, and as the third quarter is about halfway done, it'll be interesting to see. And we have
Whoa! Griffin Epstein in the flesh.
In the flesh. Never thought I'd live to see today.
I'm so happy that once again we're joined by sports commentator legend Griffin Epstein.
He is not taking over.
Taking over.
The soccer game we just got in is a... In the Casa versus Petaluma girls soccer game, the faded game, the game of the century, I believe, as he said it, is a 1-1 draw. Petaluma led for almost the entire game, but in the last couple of minutes, the last 2 minutes, the Gauchos got a superb goal to tie the game. It's a little unfortunate, I'd say, but
yes.
at least we didn't lose.
Yeah. I'd rather tie than lose. I realize that 90% of my commentary is just saying the obvious. I'd rather tie than lose.
We appreciate you being here, though.
Thank you. Casa. Oh, an unfortunate pass deflected.
Good.
Bermudez with the ball. Kicks it out to Izetta.
Oh, but it's out on the Gauchos. Izetta will be throwing it in bounds. To Cortez. Back to Izetta. And he's looking, but George is just not ready. As Izetta's out of control, and it's going to be Gaucho ball.
And the ball once again gets turned over to the Gauchos.
Tynes just denies the shot by Noah Bailey.
Nice to see some amount of life from the Trojans. Jamie.
Napua.
Napua. Oh, misses the
Noah
free throw.
Bailey missing there. Noah Bailey to hit the second one. It is now back to a 20-point game.
Unfortunately. Clark looking for a man. Bermudez gets the ball.
Bermudez drops the ball.
Slips out of his hands.
That's not what you want to see right now. Not at all.
And it goes in. The point, the lead now back up to 23 for the Gauchos, unfortunately.
And even though it's the third quarter, Aiden, I think the game has just been sealed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Of course, it could not be.
It's too early to call, but it is not looking good.
It is not. No, not indeed. If you're Scott Bears, right, head coach for the Trojans, Scott Bears, he looks none too pleased. His hand over his mouth. Sam Brown just denies the shot
Absolutely
by
fantastic
Nixon.
defense. Oh my god. Oh.
Ooh, a nice catch by Seibels there.
Do you want? Is the girls' hockey game over? Oh. Griffin, that tricky die.
I would like to thank. Are you?
Am I? I don't know.
I would like to thank Aiden Cannon for anchoring with me in this unfortunate game, but I will now be joined by the future star sportscaster,
I would not say that.
Griffin Epstein.
Not there yet.
And Griffin, I know you are just tuning in. For all the people who are just tuning in right now, it has been a brutal game for the Trojans. The Gauchos scored 11 points, like 3 minutes into the game.
There was an 11-0 run to start.
11-0 run to start, and the Trojans just have been behind ever since. Their rebound game has been mediocre. They've been missing all their shots. Defense game has been decent, but not good enough. And the Gauchos are just dominating this game.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. I mean, you walk in here, this place is packed to the brim. You'll never see it more packed. I could barely get in here. But yeah, why can you, I mean, in your limited watching of this team, you've seen obviously great play by this team and struggles, and what is your deduction of the troubles? Is it just nerves or youth?
Oh, I think it's many things. The Gauchos do have a more experienced team than the Trojans. The Trojans are a lot of young players, and I think the rush of having all the people here is definitely getting into their head. But also it's been that rebound trouble. It hasn't been that prominent as it was against American Canyon, where it was painful to watch.
Yeah.
But it has been a little bit of a problem for them. But I think the big thing is they're just missing all their shots. They probably have they could probably have twice as many points easily if they had been hitting them, but they haven't. Good shot there by Eric Perez.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at 22 points right now with Perez at the line, I mean, that is not a lot of scoring, especially for a team that has been shooting the ball better lately. Even in that bad loss to American Canyon, they still scored over 50 points.
Yeah.
Seems like they've been ice cold on the worst possible night.
Oh, and who is that? Bailey will be thrown to the ground. He has been very good for the Gauchos tonight, getting a lot of shots, playing very aggressively.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of seniors, as you said, Peter, on this roster. The whole roster is upperclassmen, and the Trojans have 4 sophomores, and they play most of them on their team already. So, I mean, certainly experiences with cost, and I think with a rivalry game of this magnitude, that's so important. And obviously starting out's important, and Petaluma didn't do that.
No.
Especially for a young team in this atmosphere, I think coming back from behind makes it even worse.
For sure.
Doesn't seem like the Trojans have been able to really claw into it. What's the closest this deficit has been in the second half, Peter? What's the closest this deficit has been in the second half?
Oh, in the second half? I think 17.
17 points. Yeah, I mean, Trojans need a run, and they can get hot, but obviously hasn't happened. Now, has Alexander been in foul trouble? That's the Trojan star.
Not much, really. I haven't been playing him that much. The guys have done a great job at covering him. Sam Brown, surprisingly, has done a very good job this game. He had one really good rebound and then straight into a 2-point layup. But he's sunk some threes. He has done his job for the Trojans.
Yeah, Brown plays with a lot of energy. He's a baseball player as well. I think he knows how to play in a big moment. There's not a seat to be had in this gym, and I don't know if people can see it on camera, but the hallway is totally filled. It's about 10 people back. There's people standing everywhere. The fire marshal probably wouldn't approve of the number of people in here. But obviously, it's been a fun atmosphere, Peter.
Kenny just denying Grant the shot, but he comes in for the layup. Doesn't hit it, though. Casa Grande will take a timeout. And
Jamie, you just pressed this. Oh, I see.
And yeah, this game has just been brutal for the Trojans. Thank you all the viewers for staying by and supporting your Trojans because they do need it right now.
Oh.
And we're back on us now.
Yeah, I mean it's obviously been a rough night for Petaluma, and they had really seemed like they had found their own star to play their best basketball of the year. Had that great victory over Vintage last Friday night where they played exceptional, and what was a big moment for them, they were really energized. I feel like it's been inconsistent. At times Petaluma has put all their energy together. Can we go back on screen, back on court, please? Sometimes Petaluma's put all their energy together, and it's really, provided their best game. And obviously tonight, the Gauchos' experience, sharp shooting has been the difference.
Yeah, I mean, they just have not been able to find, the Petaluma hasn't been able to find any fire. They've tried, but it just hasn't been enough on any fronts.
And obviously for Petaluma, it's been pretty dominant of late over Casa. They've won 3 straight regular season matchups with the Gauchos after Casa dominated this series for a long time. And the Casa students, the Casa players want revenge. The current seniors.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, I was going to say that every single student, including the seniors, for Casa Grande has not been a student and seen the Gauchos win because the Trojans have won the last 3 years. So even though I think the Egg Bowl is obviously so huge for everyone, I think it's more vital for Casa, and they had greater motivation and greater revenge to come out and win this specific game.
Right, yeah, and just in general, too, with all these Egg Bowls, Casa has been dominating them. I believe we've only actually won girls golf, right?
Yeah, and that was not even with a full team, so it's really been a struggle for Petaluma against Casa, and they probably shouldn't have won even the girls soccer game tonight, which was a crazy match. I was out at Steve Ellison Field. We'll have that match up on our YouTube channel. If you didn't make it out and want to check it out, it was one of the crazier matches. It was the biggest girls soccer match in Petaluma history, and Casa really dominated for a large part of the match. They came out very strong. Back end for Petaluma made a lot of mistakes. They scored a goal on a header. The Trojans were able to get a little bit more into a rhythm as the game went on. But can we go back on court?
Hey, can we go back on court?
All right, they're starting right here. We're gonna keep on talking with Casa leading 21. As I was saying, Jamie, can you fix that? Okay, that camera, it got bumped. I think that she's ready. No, she's not ready. As I was saying, with the Trojans soccer team, they got back into the rhythm. They started to press. They really fought, but Casa's defense really shut them down, and they really struggled to find a finishing touch.
And Griffin will have to go fix some technical problems. Thank you for standing by. We will try to get the court view as soon as possible. Score is still 45-24. Casa is just obliterating
What's it say?
Petaluma here.
No video? That was her.
Brown here. Kenny trying to get in, and he makes it. It's no longer a 20-point lead for Casa. They trail by 19 points.
Yeah, well, to wrap up on that girls' soccer that I was talking about, Peter, with the Trojans cutting the lead to 19, last couple minutes were chaotic, and Petaluma didn't have their best stuff, but they fought hard at the end of the game, and the Trojans just got the ball near the box, and a Gaucho tried to clear the ball. She totally mishit it, and it went right into the back of the Costa net. Nothing the Gaucho goalkeeper could do. He made a couple great saves, but a Seibel's air balls.
Shot cock goes down on the Gauchos.
Yeah, nice defense there for 30 seconds by Petaluma. They're still fighting. But for the Petaluma team, they get that own goal. There's 1 minute left. Game basically done. They found a way to get a draw, and they'll play again in 2 weeks. The teams remain alone in first. Both teams are tied for first place at the top of VVAL. They'll play at Casa in 2 weeks, and that game will decide the Egg Bowl in girls soccer and decide the VVAL title in all likelihood as well.
Brown can't get enough. But Izetta fighting for it. He just can't finish.
It sounds like it's been that kind of night. And Petaluma, if they can get Izetta involved, we talk about him being an X factor. If he can make threes, drive the ball, really gets everyone involved in the Petaluma
He has
offense.
made some threes, the senior captain, but it hasn't been enough. The Trojans have not been able to hold on.
Seibels is just Siebels, I should say, such a special player. When the Trojans won last year, Siebels was brilliant in the Ed Jacopi Drim for Casa Grande and really kept them in that one.
Kenny Alexander tried to get in but couldn't do it.
Yeah, Alexander's got to hit those shots. It's going to be hard for Petaluma if they can't. This one getting out of hand.
Scott Nave and Noah Bailey have been the top scorers for the Gauchos. They've done a great job, and as the Gauchos now have 50 points, Trojans tail by 24 with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Looks like it's going to be a rough one for Petaluma to come back in, and they couldn't fall behind big. I think that's one thing if you're head coach Scott Bears, you had to say to the team in the locker room, and right away they fall way behind. Casa goes on an 11-0 run, and even though they are playing in the home gym, this is a full gym, probably slightly more Petaluma fans, but I mean, it could feel like the Casa home gym with a massive Casa student section, which everyone's seen on camera, and Casa has all the momentum. You're a young team. That's super hard, and obviously that's cost Petaluma, because they just haven't been able to get back in the game. There's not, especially on the Petaluma team, that's iffy with shooting. Needs consistency to get in a rhythm. You're behind and can't get momentum. It's hard to do. And there's a lot of youth. They lost a lot from last year when one reason Petaluma really dominated this series. Back on court, Jamie. One reason Petaluma really dominated this series, Jack Anderson and Devin Gottschall had the height. They went off against Casa Grande last year. Both scored 25 points. The Trojans won comfortably.
Tynes looking for the three, but it's just short.
That's out of his game. They're just forcing it now. And no rhythm at all from when I've been here, Peter, for the Trojans offensively, and it looked like that's been the whole game.
It has been, and they haven't changed much. It's kind of felt like the same old story the entire game.
You got to make adjustments, but they don't seem to have any answer. For a Casa defense, I don't think it's been dominant all season. They're a hard-fighting team, but I think they rely more on offense.
Tynes with a nice rebound there. He's done a pretty good job this game. Hasn't scored much, but he's had some great defensive plays.
After the girls' basketball team lost last night for Petaluma.
And that will be Esteban Bermudez finally making some noise here in this gym. He has been quiet all night.
And he's Petaluma's leading scorer. And I don't think he's an X factor, but he brings such great energy, has such a unique style of play. And It's very costly if you can't get going. Can you move down? You're blocking us. You're blocking us.
Bermudez hits the free throw, and the Trojans now have it's only a 21-point difference.
Yeah, well, anything has happened, and certainly Casa came back in the football egg bowl, so it is hypothetically possible.
Hypothetically. Clark there picks up the shot by Nixon.
Yeah, for all these seniors for Casa, they've endured a lot of losing to Petaluma too. This will be a sweet change of fate to finally knock off their West Side foes that they hate so much.
And Noah Bailey nails the three. He has been a huge source for points for Casa this game.
Yeah,
Great player.
The senior guard is a terrific player. I've seen him play at Casa a lot. It's actually last night at the girls basketball game taking photos, and he knew my name somehow, greeted me, nice guy. That was goaltending.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of personality on the court.
Yeah.
I saw him taunting some players about halfway through the game, like waving to them as he dribbles right through them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the swagger and moxie of this experienced Casa team and what you need in a game like this. And don't like a lot of people at Casa, but Bailey is a likable guy. And yeah, I mean,
and there he goes again. He is on fire right now and has been this whole game.
Stars need to shine brightest when the game is most important, and clearly Bailey has done that here tonight. Very impressive, and his Petaluma student section, which has certainly come out, it's been packed for this game. They just have not had much to cheer about, have they?
No, they haven't.
Has to be,
no, you go. I'm sorry.
Has to be hard for them. For the Trojans, you look at the VVAL standings too, and they started off, can we get it on us? It started so well for them. They won their first two VVAL games. You mentioned that huge victory over Vintage last week, but now you drop a game to American Canyon, and now you fall again to
the Gauchos.
The rival Casa Grande. They are in trouble of keeping up in the VVAL and look like they'd have a shot at being at the top of the league standings.
Yeah, it has been quite brutal for them.
And they're gonna have to turn around. This is a young team with a lot of talent. They have to bring it. They have not brought it tonight, but I don't think you just take a lot away from tonight. This was a blowout from the start.
You don't.
Yeah. They didn't have it, and they need to look in the future. They're at Napa on the 14th, and the Grizzlies, coming into tonight, had not lost the game yet as well. They were at the top of the league with American Canyon. Petaluma's going to have to play an exceptional game on the road if they want to win that one. And then on the 16th, they have their penultimate home game of the year against Sonoma Valley.
Bermudez for the three. Now the biggest lead it has been in the never mind. It's not. Still a 23-point game.
Bermudez finally getting going. He's had such a great year. So many big games. Scored 18 points against Justin Siena in that big league victory. That was their league opener. 19 points against Hayward. But tonight, it's been a little bright, and it's hard. Underclassmen, sophomores, they've never played in an Egg Bowl game before. And with the exception of Robbie Izetta and Alexander, there really aren't players on the Petaluma roster that have ever played in this atmosphere.
Right, and I think the pressure is really getting to their heads. So they can't really let this game, affect how they play later in the season, because you will lose some like this against a very experienced Gaucho team, and you just kind of have to put this behind you and keep on grinding out the season. And maybe in 2 weeks against the Gauchos again, they can pull the win.
Yeah, they're at Casa on the 30th, and obviously it's going to be disappointing, their first loss to Casa in a regular season game in 4 years. But great that they're in VVAL, so they play twice, and that means you get a second chance. So Petaluma will get a second chance, and they need to come out much better. I think the nerves had to be a big factor of that slow start. I'll have to make some adjustments. But certainly the students will travel on the road, and Petaluma has the talent to compete with the Gauchos. Nice to snap the neck for that. Big win, too, for Casa in terms of the standings. They'll go to 2-2 in league, and that means they're going to be back in the mix of things in the VVAL after they had a slow start.
And Stevens just glances off into the Gaucho section, and it's ripped away. It looks like Bears is now playing his other players here.
Yeah, trying to hit some reserves in, get some action. It's a good environment for that, but even they are struggling, 32 points. It's going to be around their season low. Their current season low was an ugly 44-35 loss to Ukiah. We'll see if Petaluma tops that, but they've had no offense tonight. It's going to be hard for Petaluma, too, with that league schedule. A lot of games on the road. They played well in this home gym, but things have fallen apart in this last week.
Cortez looking for the layup, but he just drowned by Gauchos.
And it looks like we have some comments. I don't know if we addressed those already, or those are new. Those are good. No, they're all good. Any last comments? Feel free.
It's not a...
Gehring hit that shot. Nice shot for the senior to get involved. Yeah, Petaluma's going to go 0-3-1 in Casa in the last 2 days, and especially after a rough ball season against the Gauchos, we're hoping for something different. They'll get a second chance in 2 weeks with both soccer, basketball, and also wrestling. We'll face Casa as well. We'll see if that makes a difference. We're going to be live streaming that wrestling match, Peter.
We will be. That will be an exciting one.
Yeah,
the Petaluma has a great team, and Gauchos are pretty good too, right?
Yeah, both teams are undefeated in VVAL, and all signs point towards both Casa and Petaluma in wrestling going into that final league match of the year being undefeated, and it's deciding a league title.
Yeah, that will be an exciting game.
Yeah, it's actually in a certainly distasteful scheduling. It's actually the same night as both the boys basketball egg bowl and the girls soccer game.
Oh man!
Unfortunately, so for Petaluma and Casa fans, it's a hard choice.
If you are one who planned the VVAL schedule, yeah, please do better.
But what you can do if you want to go to the boys basketball game or the girls soccer
Garingham
game,
just short.
Want to go to either of those games at Casa, you can go there and watch the wrestling on your phone because we'll be live.
That sounds like the strategy, Griffin.
That might be the strategy, though. The wrestling team will also be wrestling in the gym because they wanted to open it up for more people. It should be a great atmosphere.
And just like that, the Gauchos very happy. Petaluma not so much. Final score 56-34.
Yeah, it's a rough one, Peter. They're going to have to forget about this one and turn around and look forward to some other games. And for Casa, what a victory, what a night for them. They wanted revenge, and they finally got it, Peter.
My eyes are watering. I've been coughing so much. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's been a loud one. It has been a great atmosphere.
It has, yes. Great student atmosphere. I'd like to thank all the students who have supported the Trojans despite their tough loss. They have done such a good job at being here and cheering them on. They have all their signs, and it is an excellent job by them. It looks like we're going to have some interviews sooner or later, so please stay tuned for those, because we're going to get some thoughts on the game. Though there might be some bitter ones, they will be for you. Just got some comments here.
Then get away.
2 years.
Get picture. Does this sound better? Oh.
Yeah, perfect.
Now it sounds good?
Yeah, it was that.
But 3...
Griffin, it sounds normal.
Right, but I'm on the wrong camera. I want to be on the other I guess we can use the audio on this camera and use it. Yeah, that's a little weird. Oh, this is going to do it. If we want to use the interview.
Yeah, you have to record it. Why don't you use that camera? The issue was this camera.
I don't think that... Does that sound fine?
Sounds pretty okay.
It sounds okay?
Hello. Hello. My name is Napua. Do I need to be talking? Okay.
Alright. Either sit down and talk, you get off the table, and I'm gonna get an interview.
Alright, we will have interviews in a little while. And if you are for some reason just tuning in, the Gauchos defeated the Petaluma Trojans in the Egg Bowl here tonight. Final score, 56-34. However, the Petaluma's fate against the Gauchos this season has not been sealed, as they'll face each other in Casa's home gym in 2 weeks. And then it'll be the Petaluma's chance for a rematch. Now, I'm not sure if it was after we was beforehand, but I would just like to thank Jamie for being an extraordinaire at tech. We really appreciate you. And you, Napua, thank you so much for running camera. We really do appreciate that. Griffin for filming the soccer game, and Aiden Cannon for co-anchoring with me. It has been great here.
We have the interview shortly. I don't know who will be with, but I'm assuming it will be one of the seniors, as this is their final Egg Bowl. Besides the one in 2 weeks. Any comments on the game? Please feel free to let us know. We'll be happy to talk about them. And looks like Griffin's here, maybe with an interview.
All right, Sam Brown is going to join me. Was a bright spot in Trojan struggles. And Petaluma's 56-34 loss here in the Egg Bowl. They fell behind 18-0 to start. It's not scary, Sam. Come on.
Come on, Sam.
You've done this before. Oh, you guys had a very rough start to this game. 18-0 Casa started. Why was it such a struggle out of the gate?
It was all mental. We just came out of the gate soft, and we weren't able to come back.
Was your first experience getting to play in this basketball Egg Bowl? What was that atmosphere and what was that experience like for you with this amazingly packed gym?
It was nervous. I was nervous. After I settled down, just played the game of basketball.
How do you feel like your guys' youth, you guys have really played through a lot of youth this year, gotten some victories even with some sophomores. Do you feel like that was a big impact tonight against a very experienced Casa team?
No comment.
Thank you, Sam. It was Sam Brown after Petaluma fell to Casa Grande here tonight by 22 points. We're going to talk with the head coach of the Trojans, Scott Bears, in just a moment after Petaluma falls to Casa by 22 points. Actually, no.
Are you getting another interview or no?
Yeah, I'm going to Bears. Head coach Scott Bear is going to join me after Petaluma has its first loss to Casa Grande in regular season play. They did lose them in the Callan tournament 2 years ago, but their first loss to them in 4 years. Coach, couldn't have gone off to a worse start. Well, what happened in those first couple minutes of this game?
I think we came out pretty flat. We had a game plan to try and get the ball out of Garrett Siebel's hands, and in my opinion, whenever he caught that basketball, he looked very comfortable with it. I mean, he's a heck of a player. We did not underestimate him whatsoever, but I don't think we put enough pressure on him to get the ball in his hand. We had to make somebody else beat us, and I don't think we did that.
You guys' offense really looked out of rhythm all night long. Was it Casa's defense, or was the moment just a little bit too big for your young guys?
Their defense was nothing special. We've seen more intense defense. We've seen more pressure. Sure, they rotate well, but maybe it's really hard to say right now because it's kind of all up in the air. We didn't execute. We weren't running our sets. We weren't running our motions. Every dribble looked difficult to make, and for whatever reason. But we'll come back tomorrow. We'll keep getting after it in practice.
You guys have had back-to-back 2 really rough games after a great start to league play. How do you pick your head up and keep on working?
It's one game at a time, and we didn't plan on going undefeated, but we plan on being competitive. We still plan on being competitive, so we keep preparing. Now I guess the difference is we'll have game film on our opponent versus us as we start getting ready for the second half of the league with the teams we've already played. So maybe try and find some adjustments and some holes that maybe I wasn't able to come up with the first time we played them. So it starts with me. I got to do a better job of getting these guys ready, and then they got to try and follow the game plan. If the game plan that we put in place doesn't work, that's on me. So let's keep pushing forward.
Thank you, Coach. I was head coach Scott Bears. Where's Peter? Peter, can you get Peter? Can you get Peter? All right, Peter Canal is going to join me to wrap it up. Petaluma falls by 22. They fell into a 19-0 hole to start, and it's just, as you're going to help us wrap up here, Peter, it was just basically once they got into that hole, they were really never able to get back in this game, and Coach Bears said it. They didn't look like themselves. They didn't run a good game plan at all.
No, it was definitely very difficult to watch since the first second of the game, honestly. The Gauchos won the tip-offs, went right in with a 2, good defense, came back in with a 3, and it was just sealed before it even started.
Yeah, it's obviously a very rough loss for Petaluma, the roughest loss of the year, but as Coach Bear said, you got to take it one game at a time. I think they have to throw out this whole week. It couldn't have gone worse for them. They got a lot of young talent on this team, and they have to hope when they face the Gauchos in 2 weeks, they'll be more ready next time.
Right, Coach Bears will definitely have a long time to work with them for the next game, so hopefully they'll be able to improve what they have been failing on and really bring the young energy that they have together to make something really special.
Take us out.
All right, and I think that's all for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate you. Again, thank you Napua, thank you Jamie, thank you Aiden for coming out here and helping us run this live stream. There's Napua right there. And I'm Peter Canale.
And I'm Griffin Epstein.
And we'll catch you next time.